I'm just getting on live because God been taking my sleep. And He want me to let y'all know what's going on. I want to let you going on with my. It's called I Survived. Hello, Betty. Hello, Tanya. Hello, Monique. So my brand is I Survived. It's the reason why I got the number 5 in there because 5 is significant and 5 is a handful and 5 means everything to me. Even when you look in the Bible, 5 represents grace and favor. And a lot of us don't understand what grace and favor is. You know, that means man can give you things and man can take them away. But when God gives you things, there ain't nothing man can take away from you. So the reason why I put 5 in my symbol because 5 is a handful. So the reason why I started this nonprofit organization is because I have survived 5 things. Number 1 is depression. Number 2 is abuse, mental, physical, sexual. Number 3 is the streets. Number 4 is overcoming Section 8, food stamps, and all the above. Number 5 is I survived because the fire inside of me burned brighter than the fire that was around me. So let me understand something. God gave me this vision 5 years ago, but because I had children that was in school playing ball, I had to set my dreams on a back burner. So I'm just trying to let somebody know, just because you set your dreams on a back burner don't mean your dreams cannot manifest. You know, we need our dreams to help somebody else. So somebody helped me along the way. And that's the problem is we think because one person doing it that we all can't do it. We all can survive something. Just like with Bobby, we all have a purpose. Just like Black Lives Matter, we all have something that matters in this world that we're living in. So if you don't know what you survive, or you don't know your purpose, or you don't know that your life matters, what is it that you know? You know what I'm saying? Too many of y'all sitting down on your dreams because you worried about what somebody got to say about you. Like, God gave me a dream that didn't match my bank account. So I had to go ahead and fulfill my dream. Even though it didn't match my bank account, God said, I'm going to supply your dream for you. I'm going to supply your vision for you. And the people that you're looking to support you, they're not going to support you. I'm going to send strangers to support you. And that's what he have done so far. And I'm very grateful for it. He has took my sleep because I was being disobedient. And when he said, I want you to do something you never done before, and that's to get on live, is to produce these t-shirts. See, we all been through something that we're scared to talk about. I'm not scared. He told me this was my season for boldness. I had to be able to reach people and give back. So I'm trying to give back. You know, somebody else is on this live right now that's going through some things right now, but they're scared to talk about it because they worried about what people going to say about you. When you learn that people don't have a heaven or hell to put you in, then you become a better man, a better woman, a better child. See, I learned that the hard way. When I was in the streets, they had something good to say about me. Now that I turned my life over, see, that phoenix bird meant something. See, the old shit die and come up and be reborn again. So that fire that was in me burned. There were so many flames that I had to put 5 in it. 5 is everything to me. It may not be nothing to you, but it's everything to me. The Bible also tells us to whom much is given, much is required. A lot of us need to start giving, and then you're so busy holding your business, you're so busy holding grudges on people, something that people did to you 15, 20 years ago. You got to learn how to forgive and forget and move on. See, when you learn that some people can't beat you, so they might as well join you. You might as well learn how to join people on this journey because, see, together we can have it all, but divided we fall. So until you learn that, until you learn to be obedient, you're going to keep falling short. I had to learn to be obedient to God and the call to God that was on my life to let them know, Shannette, don't tell them don't be afraid to tell them what you've been through because they're going to talk about you anyway. So I had to let you know, yeah, I've been through something. Bad breakups, you know what I'm saying? Baby daddy's walking out, daddy walking out, you know what I'm saying? Friends turning on me, friends turning into enemies. But God said all that was in the season called necessary. So it's a season of necessary. It's a season of boldness. It's a season of strength. And all didn't kill Shannette Bone made me stronger. A lot of y'all don't like me for no reason because of the way I look, because the way you need God has made me. You know what I'm saying? I can't help that. That's something that womb. So he created me for this time in this season because, see, I'm trying to leave a legacy, not a bill for my children. Because I know when I die, people going to mistreat them too because I've been mistreated. So I know that anything attached to me going to be mistreated. So I'm telling you now, our winning season. And I don't mind winning. I don't mind y'all coming on the race with me. But a lot of people got to fall off. He said elevation requires separation. So we're going to have to separate from a lot of people that we thought was our A1s and day ones. But I don't mind separating. I love them too. But sometimes you got to love people with a long-handled spoon. Sometimes you got to leave who you love to find out who loving you. I don't want people who going to bring me negative and chaos and tell me what I used to do or do. We all used to do something. We all used to do something, but we all have survived something too. So in order to survive, you got to go through the fire, but you don't come out smelling like smoke. And I don't mind going through the fire because, see, God going to get the glory for everything that I have done or everything that I'm going to do. With or without supporters, with or without haters, God is going to get the glory out of my life. And some of y'all just need to go ahead and speak on up, give your testimony because it'll help somebody else. It's all you. I don't mind selling dope. You know what I'm saying? Went from being on Section 8, went from being on food stamps. So God, it was everything that I had was a stepping stone. I didn't use it to stay there, and I'm not knocking nobody who's there, but it's a stepping stone. So almost 5 years ago to this day, God blessed me to build my own home for my own children. God blessed me to get my own cars. What y'all fail to realize, I was at a job making $12.50 an hour. God blessed me double with obedience. I helped people when I didn't even know how I was going to help them. I didn't even have it to help them. And I didn't have to put it on Facebook because everything you do for somebody don't have to go on Facebook. You got to learn how to do things in silence. And God will bless you openly. Too many of y'all, God said, pray to me in secret and I'll reward you openly. And that's what he did. I didn't have a clue that the people have supported me, that my who has ordered for me and the ones who going to order for me, we got to learn to give praises in advance. Because all have sinned and fallen short. Too many of y'all thinking y'all walking around here perfect like y'all ain't never did nothing. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the next minute, we all done did something. You know, y'all on Jada and Will, we and the other woman and the other woman and the other man, you know what I'm saying? We all done did it. So don't talk about Jada and Will, them millionaires. We run around here, we average Joe people every day. And we doing the same thing. But a lot of us ain't getting paid for it. A lot of us ain't getting paid for what Will and Jada doing. You know what I'm saying? Just be truthful. Learn how to be honest. Learn how to be open and honest. Yeah, I've been a Will. Yeah, I've been a Jada. Yeah, I've been August. Because guess what? We all done love somebody else's man. We all done had somebody else. You know? I ain't had the best children, but God blessed me with some good children. You hear what I'm saying? I made sacrifices for them 4 children. So a lot of people couldn't see my vision. I see my vision years ago, but I wasn't being disobedient. I was sacrificing because, see, I had to make sure they went farther than what Shannette went. All about being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. See, my labor is paying off. Each one of them, I done had 2 sons graduate college, 1 daughter in college, and 1 left at home. So I've been sitting here looking for a husband, and God said, I'm married to the backslider. Because, see, a man don't make Shannette anything. If a man can't add to you, baby, he going to take away. He's just going to eliminate your shine. See, a lot of men out here jealous of their woman because they scared that your light shining brighter than their darkness. A lot of people would okay, but man, the devil don't owe me nothing. I've been on that playground. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all don't want to tell people, yeah, I've been through this. Pull somebody else out. Help somebody else's child. Help somebody else's daughter. Help somebody else's son. Let them know. I made it so you can make it. So that's what this name of this nonprofit is. It's called I Survived because I have survived. I went through so much to get to where I'm at. People would think, oh, you pretty. I do it a lot. I do it a lot of people stepping on me, you know what I'm saying, hating me for no reason, didn't like me. All for what? All for what? I can't help who I am. I can't help who I am. All I know is it's my season. I'm finna win. whether you like it or not. And if you don't want to see me win, then you better put your eyes closed, because I'm going to win. I'm going to win. Before God closed my eyes, I promise you I'm going to win. It don't matter if I lost yesterday, if I lost last week. From here on out, I'm winning. I'm winning. And we all can win. We all can win. This too shall pass. This coronavirus is just a setup for a come up. God had to set us up in the season to where we had to love our children again, love our spouse again, love whoever that God got connected to you. You got to learn to love. Because, see, real love conquers all. A lot of these people run around here giving that fake love, and they make you feel like they're giving that lust. They got that lust flesh to make you think it's love, but it's really lusting. It's really lusting. And I don't want nobody around me who lusted over me or who want to be like me, because if I gave half of y'all my shoes, y'all couldn't even walk in them. Y'all could, and I wear a 7, baby. It's even number. But guess what? People couldn't walk in these 7s. I came too far to give up now. I come from a hill called Calvary. And when I leave this place, I'm going back to Calvary, because that's a hill I came up on. He said, if God fed 5,000 with 2 fish and 5 loaves, what makes us think we can't feed nobody? He had 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread, and he fed 5,000. And some of y'all so scared to feed somebody because you're worried about what people think. Learn that people ain't got a heaven or hell to put you in. Learn that. Learn that if you do good, they're going to talk about you. If you do bad, they're going to talk about you. If you're doing right, they're going to talk about you. If you're doing bad, you're going to talk about you. If you're single, they're going to talk about you. If you're married, they're going to talk about you. So just learn to let them, give them something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Learn to give them something, because see, one thing about it, we all need our haters. See, God got to prepare the table in front of them. God got to learn to prepare the table in front of them. He said, I'll make your enemies your footstool. He said, after a while, some of them going to start, let me join your team. Let me join your team. Because, see, a lot of us got a lot of Judases around us and wonder why we can't come up, because Judas is everywhere. You know, a lot of us, we've been eating with Judas a long time. But God, he reveal every enemy you got. Before he bless you, you just watch and see. Because a lot of people going to say, who she thinks she is, or they going to say, who he think he is. A lot of them going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because they worried about, she must think she all that. No, I know I'm all that, because God chose me for a time as this. You still got something to say. And guess what? I still ain't where I want to be. Thank God I ain't where I used to be, but I sure ain't where I need to. You know what I'm saying? I promise you. I promise you. So, if you want to be blessed, you better learn how to be a blessing. You better learn how to be a blessing. You better learn how to give. You better learn how to give. Because he said, I'll go if I got to go by myself. So even if my children decide they don't want to go, Shannette with or without them. Shannette going without them. My mind is made up, yes, and it stayed on Jesus, because, see, I know without him, whatever business that God laid upon your heart to open it. Open it. Adidas didn't stop making shirts because Nike was making them. Nike didn't stop because Puma was making. Polo didn't stop because Tommy Hilfiger was making. So it's your season to make whatever it is that God got for you to make. Because somebody going to buy it. It's 7.5 billion people in this world. You can't. Don't ever let nobody make you feel bad for sleeping on your dreams because they slept on theirs. Don't ever let nobody make you feel like or think you crazy because they didn't see the vision that God gave you. That's why he didn't give it to them. He gave it to you. He gave that vision to you. Everybody not going to like it. Some people going to hate you. Some people going to rate you. Some people, hey, it is what it is. But just know that the race is not given to the swift, but to the one that endure to the end. And baby, I'm ready to endure to the end. Because all the pain, all the sacrifice, all the time, it's all going to pay off in the end. It's all going to pay off. I couldn't see it then, but I sure see it now. 2020 fixed my vision. 2020. But it was all necessary. I needed that. I needed that. For the last years, I have endured so much pain. But without pain, I couldn't produce my purpose. So my purpose was to let somebody know that I survived. And if I survive, you can survive too. That number 5, like I said, it's significant in the Bible. It means favor. It means grace. It's a handful. And some of us got to understand we're a handful, so everybody can't handle it. Everybody can't handle you being a handful. He said, all I need is 2 or 3 touching and agreeing. Everybody don't have to agree with me on this Facebook, on this 2 or 3 touching and agreeing. Long as I got 2 and 3, I got a team. When you learn that teamwork makes the dream work, fine with this 2 or 3 touching and agreeing with me. I'm fine with that because God said, I'm going to put the right people in your territory. And that's all I'm looking for is him to enlarge my territory so I can be a blessing. Because I ain't never forgot where I came from. A lot of y'all done forgot where you came from. Get that pimento cheese and get them week vouchers and all that. I ain't y'all she used to do that, or he used to do that, or he gay, or he this, or she a hoe, she a this. We all have been something to somebody. We all have been something. But it ain't what people call you, it's what you answer to. It's what you answer to. Long as you know who you are, long as you know who chose you, that's all that matters. Anything else is uncivilized. Anything else is uncivilized. Stop acting like you don't know your purpose. Stop acting like you don't know what God put you here and what he. Some of you may not never know. But one thing about it is, whatever, and preaching our own eulogy every day. Whatever your birth year dashes is what matter. What did you do to change? Did you make an impact on somebody? Or did you just get in different people's lives to touch down and cause hell? If we having enough hell out here, why do a lot of y'all want to go to bust hell wide open? We got enough hell walking around daily. We don't got to die. And we as black people, we think we the only race that got to die to get heaven. He said, let thy will be done on earth as that is in heaven. So I'm trying to get my heaven now. I want my money now. I want it now. If y'all do not understand the meaning behind my shirts, I'm here to let you know those shirts is I survived because I have survived more than 5 things, but I knew 5 was significant in the Bible, and 5 represents my 4 children and myself. It represents grace. It represents mercy, and we all that had both of them, grace and mercy. We have it every day that we wake up. We have grace. Don't let nobody make you feel less than what you are. Don't let nobody belittle you to thinking you can't overcome, because we all can overcome. Don't let nobody say, well, you crazy. Because, see, they're going to always think you crazy because they're not going to support you. So they think you're going to fall off because they ain't going to be able to get it financed because of your credit score, whatever. When God is in it, you don't even need credit. When God is in it, like I said before, he going to send the people. He going to send strangers to bless you. He said when you find favor with man, you find it with God. I'm telling you, favor ain't fair. A lot of people don't understand that favor ain't fair. And what's meant for you going to be. God unseat the people. He'll make them be the back and you go to the head. He'll unseat a lot of people. It's yours. And your name is already signed, sealed, delivered on it. Don't let nobody make you think that you can't have something because of a hater or an enemy or because of your past. And, yes. So help people. Help me help you. Yes. Help me help you. We all can help one another, but we so divided. We got this carnal mindset to thinking, well, they used to be the drug dealers. They used to be the whoremongers. God is married to the black side. Every 12 disciple he had, somebody was something, a drunk, a lawyer, or whatever. God said he's going to call the unqualified and get them qualified. Some of y'all so busy think you so qualified, trying to think you need validation from people who ain't even validated. Some people ain't even validated trying to tell you what to do. Ain't even called. Well, a lot of them are called, but only few are chosen. So he chose me for this time. He chose me. He said, Shannette, you got to be bold. You got to be bold. It's a season called boldness. And some not going to like you, and that's fine. But the ones that do, they'll learn to jump on the bandwagon. They'll learn. Because everybody got a call on their life. Everybody should have a purpose, and everybody has survived something. And until you figure out what you to survive, what's your purpose, what's your call, are you chosen, then you're going to be lost. Our people perish for the lack of knowledge. Learn how to eat from the tree of knowledge because it's away from you, but knowledge. Learn how to give knowledge. Learn how, because it's not your child or your niece or your nephew. If you see my children doing something wrong, then you check them. You check them. You know your mama, your grandma, your great-grandma wouldn't have it. You learn to check them. We lost the village because we too busy thought it wasn't our children, so it didn't matter. It wasn't my niece, it wasn't my nephew, so that's where we lost the village at. The village got lost because it don't affect you until it hits your house. It don't affect you until it's your child or your niece or your nephew. But I know that I can't save everybody, and I can't try, but I can try to reach somebody. And there's a few people on here that y'all can reach somebody too. And that's how we give back. Because if we're not making an impact, we're not making a difference. Because at the end of the day, either you're part of the problem or part of the solution. But you can't be part of both. People on this live right now that impact all kind of people. And a lot of them is doing this, that. They're making an impact in whichever way. That's what we got to learn to do. Make an impact. Know that God loves you. Know that God will send the right people. Know that God will. And like I said, I'm so very grateful and humble for everybody who has supported me so far. And it's only been a week. And I know it's going to get better because he said my ladder shall be greater. My ladder shall be greater. And so if you don't learn how to publicly thank people and give people their flowers while they're here, learn how to give people their flowers when they're here. Learn how, yes, right, Tasha, impact, increase, enlarge the territory. Because God is, that's the kind of God we serve. He learned how to enlarge our territories. When we be obedient and we learn to trust God even when we can't trace God, that's what he do. That's the kind of God we serve. And God is a spirit, so he comes down and places people there. He places different people in your life. And you're going to know the spirit because the spirit feeds off the other spirit. You're going to know when you're around spiritually grounded people. And I'm going to tell you this. When you hang around 4 broke people, you're going to be the 5th one. When you hang around 4 rich people, you're going to be the 5th one. So learn how to enlarge your circle with winners. So learn to hang with people that's trying to fit your destiny and not your history. You know what I'm saying? We got to learn how to learn to hang with people that fit our destiny, not our history. Because, see, a lot of people in our history don't want us to go to our destiny because they want to hold. But when you know, like I said on it earlier before, when you know elevation requires separation, you got to separate. Because God, he coming to make all the crooked paths straight. So a lot of this, he going to make it straight. He going to make it straight. Hey, that's why I said, I'm grateful that he came and changed my life. He found a wretch like me to speak to some of his people. Because I know I'm a wretch and I'm still undone. I'm still undone. But he said, this is the season. You better learn to speak to the people. You better learn to let them know if I made it, you can make it. If I survive, you survive. He don't care what you look like. He don't care if you're man, woman, boy, girl, black, white, purple. He don't care. He said, all of us are a little damaged. But last time I checked, damaged crayons still color. Even if you got a little dent in the can, you can still crack that can open and still use it. He don't care. He don't care. A lot of y'all so busy worried about what people think about y'all that y'all are too scared. Your testimony is locked up in somebody else's testimony. You got to learn to unlock it and let somebody know what you've been through. Because I'm telling you what, it can help us. I don't know how many survived this. I did survive. I did survive being on the corner. I did survive being on Section 8. I did survive. I can tell them that. I did survive being with someone's husband. You know, I did survive it. But God did deliver me from all of that too. Leandra got that. She got that testimony. This is my exit. Yes. I'm saying goodbye to the old me. So when old Shannette had to die and she had to come up a new woman, you know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to die to self and come up. And a lot of us don't want to do that because we think we're going to miss something. Worry about what you're going to gain. You know, you always get blessed with double because we're in a season where we're going to get double for our trouble. Double for our trouble. Trust the process and don't rush the process. You know what I'm saying? The devil mad. Yes, he's mad and he busy. And one thing about him, when he can't attack you, he will send different people around to attack you. He will send good-looking men, good-looking women. He ain't coming to distract you. He's sending distraction because he knows he will give us what we want, but God will give us who and what that we need. He will do that. And a lot of you're afraid to be alone. I ain't scared to be alone because, see, I ate alone a lot of times. And I will be alone before I just settle for any and everything to be in my life. Any and everything. Because he didn't never tell us that the weapon wouldn't form. He said it wasn't going to prosper. He said it wasn't going to prosper. And don't think, you single women, don't think something wrong with a jackass. And they really coming to break you. And I'm talking about break you mentally, physically, financially, emotionally. So we got to learn to guard our heart. We got to learn to guard our heart. We got to know that the God we serve, he sit high, he look low. And a lot of you think you get by with the things you've done. You may be getting by, but you're not getting away. You know what I'm saying? In this life, you better learn to repent. You better learn to ask for forgiveness. Learn to ask for forgiveness. Because none of us ain't perfect. We all have sinned and we've fallen short. But nothing but God's grace and mercy have kept us and sustained us in this time as this. And it may get even worse. But it's going to be greater later. It's going to get greater later. This too shall pass. All this coronavirus, all this pass. It's going to pass. I promise you it's going to pass. Our ancestors endured way more than what we enduring now. But we got to take a stand. We got to know what's right and what's wrong. We got to learn to love. Because, see, love conquers our real love. And like I said before, we got to learn the difference in fake love and real love. We got to be able to distinguish the two. Because these people coming in your life, they're coming to play. The devil's sending a lot of them. Because they coming to steal, kill, and destroy. They coming to steal, kill, and destroy by any means necessary. But you better learn to guard your heart. You better learn to stay planted, stay rooted, and let them know that my soul is anchored in the Lord. My soul is anchored, baby. See, a lot of people try to drown you, but they didn't know it's hard to drown an anchor. It's hard to drown you. A lot of people thought you couldn't swim, but let them know. When the cream of the crop rises to the top, when the cream of the crop rises to the top, and he that's first shall be last, he that's last shall be first. I waited. I'm telling you, I felt I was being disobedient. God was taking my sleep. I cried so much in my sleep. I said, God, what is it? What is it? He gave me this vision 2015. I promise y'all on everything I love. But I had to make sure my kids, I put my stuff on the background so my kids can do what they needed to do. They couldn't even understand what I was doing. But I knew what I was doing because, see, a lot of y'all can't see the forest for the trees. And I know that I could see things. It fixed my vision. It fixed it. It fixed it so bad. I promise you, I was in a bad place. I was suffering from depression. Yeah, I'm on Facebook every day writing y'all, but the whole time I'm dying on the inside. I'm dying on the inside because I couldn't understand why would somebody come in my life to deliberately hurt me, touch you. I couldn't touch your children, so I had to send somebody to hurt you. But even though Satan sent them, God still had me covered. God had me covered. He said, baby, you've been on this journey a long time. And I promise you, I ain't going to let nobody cause any harm to you because, see, I done seen your tears that other people ain't seen. I done seen your sacrifice. I done seen your obedience. A lot of people would have killed themselves if they had to do the things that I didn't want to do. A lot of people would have blew their brains out and took all kind of pills because, see, it got dark for me. I'm a woman enough to tell you it got just that dark for me. What did I do to someone to deserve for them to mistreat me for no reason? For them to make me feel less than a woman for no reason? For them to belittle me for no reason? And all I was trying to be was good to them. See, that's the problem. We don't know how to expose that devil. Nobody want to hold these devils accountable for what they do or how they mistreat you. No, you got to learn to hold the devil accountable. No, baby, my daddy told me that I was beautiful inside and out. My daddy told me that I can have anything that I want if I'm lined up and decent. And the type of woman, I've never been married, but I'm not finna be the woman who say I'm married. Just say, like I said, when you learn your place in people's life, you learn to act accordingly. Learn to act accordingly. Do not ever overplay your part in people's life. because you're gonna be the one disappointed. When you're giving more than you're receiving, you're gonna end up disappointed every time. Every time you're gonna end up disappointed. So learn to be with the man or the woman that love you more than you love them. Because they're going to always give, they're going to always take up for you, and they're going to always do nothing to hurt her. I don't want to do nothing to hurt him. And let me let y'all know, people that's cheating, that's because they lack something. Don't let them think because they lack something. Something is within them. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It's them and what they're lacking, their insecurities. Don't never let nobody think that a man or woman stepped out because of something that you're not doing, or something when you're the one that want to be kept. And I can tell anybody, only thing that I'm guilty of right now is acting like a wife before I became a wife. That's the only thing that I'm guilty of. Because I act like a wife before I became a wife. And guess what? I got distracted. I got sidetracked. Because I prayed to God so bad that he sent me a husband that a counterfeit came first. A counterfeit came first. He said, I'm going to give it to you in my season. He said, you prayed for a good man. I took it because that wasn't a good man. He looked good. Let's get that understood. But he wasn't a good man. He looked good. We gotta look beyond looks. Because see, everything look good. And it ain't good for you. And it ain't good to you. Because see, some people, just like a shiny red apple, they look good on the outside, but when you bite them, they rotten to the core. They rotten to the core. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, a lot of y'all may say Shannette Bone is crazy. No, Shannette Bone is real. And I always kept it real. Whether people liked it or not. I always kept it real. I always kept it real. Because I know realness is what's going to take you. See, a lot of people they scared to tell their truth. They scared to be transparent. I'm not scared to be neither one. I'm not scared to be transparent. I'm not scared to be real. And like I tell them, my vision, my goal, my t-shirt brand came out. I survived. I survived. Everything the devil tried to come take from me, I survived it. 2 years ago, I had a 5-inch tumor, weighed 13 pounds. I had to have 4 blood transfusions. I survived. I survived, man. I laid in the hospital 12 days. I survived. I survived. I'm telling you, y'all don't have a clue of what I don't look like what I've been through. I should have been gave up. I should have been walked out, but I knew it was people that needed me. It was people that needed me. It was people that... And yes, it's raining outside. I got tears, but I'm telling you now, it's tears of joy because I done cried so many tears of sorrow. I done cried so many nights. I done cried so many nights. Because all I ever wanted was the same love that I was given. That's all I ever wanted. All I ever wanted was the same love that I was reciprocating to family, friends, folks. It didn't matter who it is. If you know Shannette Bone, you know I love and I love hard. But when I'm done, I'm done. When I'm done with you, I'm done. I'm done. I promise you. But I promise you, my ladder gonna be so greater. It's gonna be so many people saying, man, I wish I would have done. We gotta learn. We gotta learn that in the beginning gonna cost us in the end. I promise you, the same red flags that we ignore gonna cost us. It's gonna cost us. But guess what? It's worth it. I promise you it's worth it. I promise you. I promise you, I survived. I promise you, I survived too. A lot of people wanted to see me fail, but I promise you, I survived. And I'm going to keep on surviving. And I promise you, these 4 kids and these 2 grandbabies I got, they going to never want for nothing long as God keep breath in my body. They going to never want for nothing. They going to, because I know what it's like to be without. I know what it's like. A lot of y'all sit around act like you done always had it. You ain't always had it. We all had to go through some things, and you're too scared to tell your testimony because you're worried about what people going to say. It's okay to cry at you. I promise you it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody not going to like you. Everybody not going to agree with you. Everybody not going to support you. And guess what? It's still okay. Because the ones that's supposed to support you, the ones that do like you, God is going to surround them. God is going to surround you. I'm telling y'all, he took my sleep. He took my sleep. He said, Shannette, if you don't get on that live and tell them, if you don't tell them what I did for you, he said, I'm going to snatch it. I'm going to come like a thief in the night. I'm going to snatch it. He took my sleep for days. He took my sleep for days. I swear to God, he took my sleep. I was in a season of frustration. I couldn't understand why. I couldn't understand why things would happen to me. I couldn't understand it. But he said it was a season of necessary. Because, see, I had to move you. I had to make you uncomfortable in order for you to move. And if I didn't make you uncomfortable, you were going to stay somewhere where you didn't have no business staying. He said you was going to stay somewhere where you didn't have no business. And you can't grow. You got to grow where you being planted. You got to go where they celebrate you and not just tolerate you. A lot of people just tolerate you, but you got to go where the people go, because everybody not fit to go with you. You can't save everybody. You can't save everybody. So stop trying to take them. Some people were okay with being dysfunctional because being dysfunctional get them to where they want to be at. Being dysfunctional get them attention. I don't want to be a attention seeker. I want to be a God pleaser. I'm not worried about pleasing people. I promise you I'm not worried about it. I know people don't like me, and I'm fine with that. And I know it's people that love me, but to whom, I promise y'all, before I leave this world, I'm leaving a legacy. I'm leaving a legacy. I don't care who like it and who don't. I got to leave a legacy. I got to leave footprints. I know Al Sharpton said, get your foot off our neck, but I got to put my foot on a lot of people's neck for no reason. And that's all I ever want to try to do is do right. A lot of people, they just hurt me. They just did me wrong for no reason, and all I did was pray to cover them. But shit, we the most unloved creatures. We give everybody love, but we got to get hurt first before we be loved. No more of that. We got to know our worth. We got to quit settling for less and know our worth. Know our worth. I promise you, if you don't know your worth, who is? Who is? And I'll tell y'all in a minute, Shannette Bone tired of being Superwoman. I'm tired. But I know I come too far. Superwoman get tired too. Superwoman get broke too. Superwoman get broken too. Superwoman, she get tired of being everybody's go-to when she can't even go to people. She get tired. So many of y'all don't even have a clue. They don't have a clue. I know that he chose me. He chose me. He said, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up like wings. I got weary, but I didn't give up. I promise y'all I got weary. I did. I wanted to walk away. But he said, no. It's a lot of people that want to see you fail, so you got to make them suffocate. No matter how hard it get, no matter how lonely it get, you gotta fulfill this destiny. You gotta fulfill it. You got them babies, they love you. You got them grandbabies, they love you. You got family that love you. You got friends that love you. So you gotta fulfill this destiny. You gotta get this t-shirt line made. You gotta know that you survived, and they can survive too. You gotta know. I got you, daughter. I got you. Even when other people don't have you, even through your disappointments, I got you. I promise you, I got you. All you got to do is keep on. He said the steps of a good man already ordered. I ordered your steps. I chose you. They weren't tired because, see, anything that's for you is for you. It's not going to leave you. It's not going to forsake you. I chose you for a time as this. So you got to get ready. Because now that you're going to another level, we new devils. I promise you, the devils are busy and they coming. They come in all kind of ways. But I chose you for a time as this. You better get that brand out. You better get that t-shirt line out. You better get whatever you need to be, like I told you before. I don't care who doing what. I gave you this. This is your season. This is your testimony. This is yours. I didn't give it to nobody else. And can't nobody take it from you. What I got for you is for you. I don't care what they doing down the road or what they doing in Atlanta or Florida. I gave it to you. Use what you got. Because if you don't use your gift, you lose your gift. A lot of us is losing because, like I said, we missing our mark because we worried about naysayers. The naysayers, he said, I told you. I prepared this table. I prepared this table in the presence of your enemies. I prepared this table. As long as I got the table prepared, can't nobody take it from you. They can join you, but they can't take it. They can't. A lot of y'all better get ready. Your sleep, he gonna disrupt your sleep because you got something to do that you ain't doing. And he gonna disrupt your sleep patterns because he did mine. Until we do what God called us to do, he gonna disrupt our sleep. And he disrupted my sleep many nights. So I had to learn to be obedient. Y'all know I never got on a live video. But God told me, come on now. You can't, they told me, you can't do your seminars. Everything closed down. So you might as well do your live videos and let them know what your organization, that all you're trying to do is give back to the community where you came from. You came from a hill called Calvary. You done did all kind of stuff up there. I pulled you out from Calvary. I pulled you out. I put you in the suburbs, but that wasn't for you to forget where you came from. And I never forgot where I came from. I told y'all earlier, I've been on Section 8. I've been getting food stamps. I've been selling drugs. I did all that. But God delivered me from all that. I go to work every day. Every day I go to work. You know what? Because I know he told me that my ladder shall be greater. He said he will enlarge my territory. Y'all don't understand. I used to make $12.50 an hour worth of job for 4 years. God gave me double for my trouble. This house that I built it only working 2 weeks at a job. They told me, Shannette, I don't know who you know. I said, I know a man that sit high and look low. I had only been working at my job 2 weeks when I got approved for a house. That's what people don't understand about me. That's why I had to make them shirts. I told you, I laid in the hospital 12 days with a 13-pound tumor weighed 5 inches. I bled. I had to have 4 blood transfusions. Y'all don't know what I've been through. Y'all don't know. Y'all just think she smiled every day. You know what I'm saying? She posts every day. She write quotes every day. She positive every day. I done had too much negative in my life not to be positive. Too much negative. Too much. We all done had something that we have survived. You trying to tell me y'all ain't had 5 things y'all survived? You trying to tell me that you ain't had a head full of things that you survived? Come on now. Don't be scared to tell nobody. They ain't got a heaven or hell to put you in. You gotta be we're in a season of transparency. Don't be scared to tell nobody. Yes, girl, I went through that. Yeah, he cheated on me. Yeah, he beated me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he lied to me. Yes, he stole from me. You gotta learn to be transparent. You gotta learn. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn to be transparent. You gotta learn to tell people, yeah, I went through it, but I made it through. I survived. I survived. I know y'all wanted me to kill myself or kill somebody, but God said, I am going to bless you in a mighty, mighty, mighty way. Just tell them to keep watching. Keep watching. Keep watching. Because whoever counted you out, Shannette Bone, they can't count. They can't count. I know that I preserved you. I preserved you for a time as this. Everything that I put you through was necessary because I knew you could handle it. Like I said, I'm tired. I'm weary. But there's no sin in getting weary. The sin is giving up. I know he pushing me to greater heights, so that's why I'm tired. I'm mentally drained. I'm mentally exhausted. I'm emotionally drained. But I know that I come too far to give up now. I come too far. He been too good to me. He been too good to me. A lot of y'all scared to tell it. He been too good. Don't be never scared to tell your testimony. I promise you it's going to save somebody. I promise you it's going to save somebody. I promise you it is. No weapon formed against me or y'all will prosper. He didn't never tell us that the weapon wouldn't form. He said it wasn't going to prosper. The weapon had to form. The weapon had to form. Let them know that I do not look like what I've been through. God preserved me. God told me to get them shirts out. Y'all may not like it. Y'all may not even support me. But guess what? The right ones will. The right ones will. I'm not going to stop producing. I'm not going to stop delivering my message. And that book is coming too. I'm not going to stop because I promise you, my kids will never have to beg for a seat at nobody else's table. I promise you, they're not going to have to beg for a seat at nobody else's table because I know people will mistreat you. They will mistreat your children. They will mistreat your grandchildren. So the best thing we can do is learn how to leave a legacy behind. Learn how to leave a legacy behind for our children. Don't be so quick to judge a person when you never walked in their shoes. Because see, the book that I'm writing, what I wrote in chapter 1 is not in chapter 10. I promise you it ain't. I promise you it ain't. You got to keep opening that book and reading. The cover may even be a little ugly, but I promise you the page is going to be worth it. The page is going to be worth it. I promise you. I promise you, he told me it was my season. He told me it was my season. He said, Shannette, I promise you, you got to tell your story. You got to tell your story. A lot of us got a story to tell, but y'all scared to tell it. I'm not scared to tell it. I'm not scared of what y'all think about me because I know y'all don't have a heaven or hell to put me in. I know ain't nobody. I know one thing about it. When I leave here, ain't no U-Haul coming behind my car. Ain't no U-Haul coming behind that hearse. I know it ain't coming. I know when I leave here, God gonna have me right over there at Valhalla. You know what I'm saying? I know that for a fact. But like I said, you better learn how to count your losses and know everything you lost ain't a loss. Sometimes it's a win. It's a win. Sometimes we got to lose in order to win. We got to lose in order to win. And don't be afraid to let them know, yes, I used to do this. I used to do that. But I don't do it no more. Because, see, that's all people want to do is dig up what you used to be. And what's so different about her? What's so different about her? What's different about her is God made me unique in my own way like he made you unique in yours. That's what's different. That's what's different. He didn't make none of us the same. But like I told you before, when Nike didn't worry about Adidas didn't worry about Puma, Tommy Hilfiger didn't worry about Polo. So if it's shirts you're selling, if it's jewelry you're selling, everybody got to turn on this earth to sell whatever it is you need to sell. Don't stop doing it because somebody else is doing it. Hairdressers, I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. Like I said, I just preached the whole sermon what I used to do. We all used to do it. We all used to do something. It ain't what you used to do, it's what you're doing now. Because see, if what you used to do is still what you're doing, then it's your present situation. It's your present situation. So it's not what I'm doing now. I don't want nobody else's husband. I don't want nobody else's problem. I want my own husband. And guess what? If he don't send me that, if he don't send me my own husband, I'm fine with that too. I'm fine with that too. Because I will sit and be single for the rest of my life before I settle for anything just to say I have a husband. I will. And I promise you that. I promise you that. I'm not going to sit around here miserable every day because I'm worried about trying to keep up with a man, trying to babysit a grown man. No, I'm not finna babysit you. God gave me 4 children. And that's all I'm going to do is babysit them and my 2 grandkids. And my niece and nephew. I'm not going to babysit no grown man. Because if these men ain't got enough sense to say, I'm taking, or, well, yes, she or mine, then I don't want you. If you ain't got enough sense to tell people that you taking and you good, then you need to go on and be with the next woman and cause her a headache. Because you didn't cause me a headache. I done had enough. I done had enough. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, I'm not scared. I wanted to give up. I wanted to quit. But I knew a lot of y'all was watching me, and that's what y'all wanted me to do. But like I said, I'm going to make a lot of people suffocate. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up, and I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up, and I'm not going to quit. And like I said, when you know what you bring to the table, you're not scared to eat alone. You're not scared to eat alone. I bought the table. I am the table. I promise you, I bought this whole table. I bought this whole house without a man. So anything a man could give me, I could give myself. He better be able to add to me. And you right for team. I'm going to keep on pressing. Right? It's nothing but a breakthrough. You got to learn. You got to learn. You got to learn to keep pressing, keep pushing your way through, and know that God will provide. He will provide, even in the midst of a storm. Even in the midst of a storm. And I promise y'all, these tears are tears of joy. I'm not crying no more tears of sadness. These tears of joy. Because, see, I had to release the burdens that I was carrying. I was carrying a lot of burdens. I was carrying a lot of burdens that I had no business carrying. The weight got heavy. It got heavy on me. But he said, you got to release it. You got to release it. You got to release it. Everybody not going to understand your vision. Everybody not going to understand what you're doing. Some people going to say you crazy. But let them call you crazy. Just call me Crazy Joe. But I promise you, I had to release this stuff today. I had to release it today because I had to give another woman, another man, another boy strength to let them know, Shannette Bones survived. You can do it too. Shannette Bones survived. She walked through the fire. She walked through the furnace. But one thing about a diamond, it had to be pressed down in the cold. But guess what? The diamond is rough around the edges, but it still shines. So let them know I'm still shining. I'm still shining through that bad breakup, through being a single parent. You know what I'm saying? Through being on Section 8, through being on food stamps. I don't care. A lot of y'all too scared to tell what y'all done been on. I'm not. I done been on all of it. But all I knew, it was a stepping stone. So every brick that was thrown my way, I used it to step. It was a step ladder. I'm still stepping. I'm still stepping. Let them know that. I haven't crumbled. I haven't crumbled. I promise you I haven't. Bad as I wanted to give up, I'm telling y'all, I was tired. Tired. I got so far in the state of depression, I was ready to walk away from anything. Because I couldn't see my way. God fixed my vision. He said, you got too much to do. You got too many people depending on you. You can't quit now. You can't quit now. You come too far. You come too far. I know everybody not going to like it, and that's fine. Everybody not going to agree with it, and that's fine too. So guess what? I kept going. I kept going. I kept going step by step, and I had to go get my peace back. I had to go get my love back. We got stole. Yeah, that. I promise you, he robbed me of that. My peace, my joy, he robbed me blind. He sidetracked me. But I'm telling you, I'm in a season right now. No distractions are welcome. Misery loves company, but I'm not accepting the invite. I'm not accepting the invite no more. Because miserable people is just that, miserable. I promise you, they just that. But guess what? I fail. I ain't perfect. Perfect Patty messed up. Perfect Patty messed up. Everybody think that I'm supposed to just always be on top and shine. But guess what? I don't mind telling people when I fall. I promise you I don't. Because guess what? It ain't how you fall, it's how you get back up from the fall that would make you. It ain't, I promise you, my ladder is going to be greater. I promise you it's going to be greater. I promise you it's going to be greater. I promise you that. I promise you. Some of y'all so scared to tell your story. You're so scared because you're worried about, well, they going to say this about me. I don't care what you say about me. Yeah, tell them she was on the live crying. I sure was. I sure was. Because I know where I came from. And it's okay to cry. It's okay to shout. It's okay to do whatever. Because guess what? All I'm doing is helping somebody else. Because this is how I got over. This is how I got over. This is how I got over. I don't know how you got over, but this is how I got over. I promise you, no weapon formed against me gonna prosper. He didn't never tell me that it wasn't gonna form, but he said it wasn't gonna prosper. Them shirts is everything to me. I picked 5 colors for a reason. Because 5, like I told you, is grace and it's favor, it's mercy. And that's what did carry me. These 41 years of my life, it's been nothing but grace and mercy and favor. That phoenix bird is 5 birds. A lot of y'all need to learn how to read and read up on what I'm saying. Because I'm not telling you about nothing that I can't show you. It's 5, everything 5 is significant for a reason. 5 is a handful. So I know I'm a handful to deal with. And it's going to take a strong, godly man to deal with me. A weak man can't handle me. Because I done had to play both roles for 26 years. I had to be mom and daddy. I had to be mom and daddy. I had to be the doctor, lawyer, everything. So I don't want to say I got a man just to say I got a man. Because what good is it having a man if you can't lean on him? Somebody tell me that. What good is it to have a man that you can't lean on? What good is it to have a man that can't cover you when you need to be covered? That you doing all the covering. You doing all the praying. What good is it to have a man like that? I don't care what it is. God put man to be the head. And you didn't need it. Because if you cut the head off, then the whole body crumbles. And that's the reason why a lot of us is crumbling. Because the head is out of order. The head is out of order. So, he put me in dominion over my house. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure these kids, these grandkids, they in order. They lined up. They may not like it. And that's fine too. But I promise you, they're going to say, Mama, we couldn't see what you was doing, but we see it now. Nobody didn't see my sacrifices. Nobody don't know. It's days I didn't have it. Didn't know how I was going to get it. But guess what? I did. I did. I didn't stop. I promise you I didn't stop. I didn't stop. I didn't give up. I didn't quit. Bad as I wanted to. I said, God, why you taking me through all these troubles? He said, because your enemies can't swim. I promise you. I got so tired, y'all. I'm telling you I did. I got so tired. I didn't have a clue. I used to just get off work, come home, get in my bed because I was so depressed. I was so depressed. All I wanted to do was be loved properly. That's all I wanted. I gave so much love, but I received so much hate in return. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Nothing more, nothing less. I didn't try to, I wasn't a bad guy. Yeah, I got a smart mouth at times, but my mouth is because so many people that ran over me. So many people just used me. So I want to let people know, you can't just run over me. You can't just talk to me any kind of way. You can't just talk to me any kind of way. I promise you, you can't. God said, Shannette, it's your season. It's your season. Don't let people handle you no kind of way. Let them know. Let them know. I gave you this platform to use. Use your platform. I gave it to you. I gave it to you. Use what I got. Use what I gave you. Don't let people just keep mistreating you. Don't let people just keep using you. Don't let them. Let them know that you are chosen. You chosen. You chosen. And I had to. Because I felt so much pain on the inside. But without my pain, I couldn't produce my purpose. I couldn't produce that purpose. He told me it was a season of necessary. It was a season of necessary. Everything I took you through was for a reason. It was to give you strength, to give somebody else some strength and let them know you too can survive. You too can get over it. I don't care. It's not the history with somebody. You don't have to break yourself to make somebody else whole. And that's what I did. I broke myself to make somebody else whole. And they took me for granted. They took me for granted. I don't ever want to break myself again to make somebody else feel whole. And that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. And I promise you, don't ever break yourself to make somebody else whole. If they cannot be whole, you don't need to be with them. I don't care who it is. Man, woman, boy, girl, white, black, purple. Don't ever break yourself to make somebody else feel whole. Don't ever. And I can tell you this because I did it. You got to learn people for their regardless of what somebody else tell you, because somebody else can tell you all kind of stuff about me. But learn to know who I am for myself. Learn to know who I am, because somebody else will tell you all kind of stuff about me. There's not one man that I had that I went after. So yes, men came after me, whether it was somebody else's husband or not. But I chose them or they chose me. But at the end of the day, because I made a promise to God, I would never deal with another married man. That's my promise to God. And I mean that. I can stand on that. I can stand on that. Because I know one day I want my own husband. Hey, I want my own husband. And God ain't sent me nobody else's husband. God ain't sent me nobody who don't know how to cover and protect me and my children. Who know how to be a helpmate. Who know how to be a covenant. Because every woman needs a covenant. Regardless of how strong you think you are, you need a covenant. You need somebody who's going to run to God in prayer, not another woman. You need somebody to say, baby, I know you're tired. I got it. I'm going to cook the dinner. I'm going to buy the groceries or whatever. Bring the groceries. If you got to do it all by yourself, then you might as well be by yourself. I don't care who it is. You might as well be by yourself. Because we all get tired, I promise you. None of y'all sitting on this live can't tell me you ain't never been tired. Because I know you have. Because anytime you're a single woman, a married woman, you still get tired. Married man, single man, you get tired. I promise you got tired. I promise you get tired. But don't ever give up. Don't ever get up. Because when we on this journey for God, he going to breathe on us and give us another fresh breath. He going to breathe on you every time. I promise you. Because I was there. I'm telling y'all, I was there. I was there, and nobody had a clue. Nobody had a clue, because everybody was looking at Shannette encouraging everybody else. But nobody was encouraging me. I promise you, I was literally dying on the inside. I was suffocating myself because I was so busy trying to make everybody else happy while I was dying. I promise you, nobody had a clue. But God said, daughter, you better hold on. Because I promise you, you can't walk away now. You can't give up now. I brought you too far. I brought you through things that you could have died in years ago. I brought you through it. And I didn't bring you this far to leave you now. So y'all quit sitting on them testimonies. Y'all quit acting like you ain't never been through nothing. Quit acting like God ain't never brought you out of nothing. Quit acting like you ain't never survived nothing. Quit acting like you ain't never been depressed. You ain't never been to the whorehouse. You ain't never did this. You ain't never drunk. Quit acting like you're so perfect. Because none of us are perfect. I promise you. None of us are perfect. We're striving for perfection. And when we do get perfect, guess what? We're going to be laid out there at Valhalla, Medellin, Valley View. That's where we're going to be when we get perfect. We're striving for perfection. And I don't mind striving. And I don't mind walking alone. But I promise you, God will place the right people at the right time. I promise you He's going to place the right people. Just know that. To know who you are, whose you are, and that you are chosen. And He told me I was a chosen vessel. And I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful. I promise you I'm grateful. I wanted to quit. I'm going to keep telling y'all this because I want somebody to hear me. I want somebody to know. I wanted to quit. I wanted to. I'm tired. But God knows. He said, you got to keep pressing, baby. You got to keep pressing. Everybody not going to like it, but you got to let them know. You got to let them know that I chose you. You survived. Your ladder is going to be greater. The weapons formed, but they didn't prosper. They didn't. I promise you. He said, I love you even if nobody else do. I love you. I want the best for you. In order to do that, I had to put you in some uncomfortable situations. I had to push you. I had to prime you. I had to pump you. And that's what He did. And I'm very grateful. And I know I have held y'all long enough. But I just want you to know, give somebody else that testimony. Let them know. The I Survived t-shirts is everything. It's everything. It's for 5 reasons. I survived the streets. I survived being a single parent. I survived abuse, mental, physical, sexual. I survived because the fire in me burned brighter than the fire that was around me. So that's what I Survived is all about. And soon as this COVID breakthrough, I'm going to give a seminar. And some of you can come and some of you can't. But right now, I just had to crack open. I had to be obedient. God told me to go ahead and give my testimony so y'all can understand why I like I am. Because a lot of you don't understand why I like I am. But this is why I like I am. Because I've been through so much. And I'm not going to quit. So I'm just praying that y'all ask God to give me more strength to endure. Just give me a little bit more strength to endure. Because I'm tired. But I know I can't quit. Quitting is for losers. I'm not a loser. I'm a winner. And this is my season. Quitting for losers. I can't give up. I got to keep winning. Because when I win, everything attached to me wins. My Facebook, my kids, my grandkids, everything that's attached to me gonna win when I win. So if you're gonna join me, join me. But no, I'm not giving up. But no, I love y'all, and I thank y'all for just listening to me. I promise you, I thank you for listening to me. And I'm going to get off and end this live. But y'all have a great, happy Sunday. And go be a blessing to somebody. Go be a blessing, because that's what we're here for. Love you.